Hi, it's Ken here. Welcome along to Get English Tips number 10. Thanks very much for subscribing, and I hope you're enjoying this Get English Tips series that will help you study better and work smarter and learn faster. Now, Get English Tips number 10, we're going to be looking at something about vocabulary. Now, if you focus on this type of vocabulary, it's really going to get your English flying. And it's one of the most difficult vocabulary things that English learners have to deal with, and that is phrasal verbs. Aren't they so difficult? Why are they difficult? Well, essentially it's double the vocabulary, isn't it? Because if you've got a normal verb, for example, look, we know what look means, right? But with the phrasal verb look forward to, we're still using the main verb look, but using the particles look forward to changes the meaning. So even though you recognize the main verb look, the meaning totally changes. And this is something that a lot of English learners are always telling me, that phrasal verbs are so difficult to understand. I always think that phrasal verbs are much more important than idioms. Idioms are great, they make your language colourful, but phrasal verbs, they are the nuts and bolts, and all that means is they are so important to English speaking and the English language. So what fast tracks can we do to learn phrasal verbs very, very quickly? As always with English, there's no any fast track to learning anything. It does take a lot of practice. And again, with phrasal verbs, it's something that I see students doing. They write down 50 phrasal verbs or 20 phrasal verbs, and they think they're going to remember them, and that isn't going to happen at all. To learn anything in English, really you have to make it personal for yourself. Whether it's vocabulary or structures, etc., you have to relate it to your own experience and your own self. And what I mean by that is, if you take, 4 phrasal verbs or 5 phrasal verbs, say, and you try to remember them, try making sentences that are personal to you with those phrasal verbs. For example, I look forward to my birthday in May. May is the month of my birthday, so I'm making it personal to myself. I always look up to my mother and father. I always respect my mother and father. They are role models for me. So again, that's another sentence that I am making it personal for myself. It's a long process to remember phrasal verbs, but they are so worthwhile. So that would be my kind of advice for phrasal verbs, is take 5 phrasal verbs and make 3 sentences with each phrasal verb. Make the sentence personal for yourself. Don't make random sentences. Make it personal for yourself, and then repeat those sentences. And from that, you're going to start remembering how to use these phrasal verbs correctly. It's really, really important. And remember as well, I actually have a phrasal verb masterclass, which you're more than welcome to join. And there's lots of, there's about 500 phrasal verbs there, but we learn them in context, we learn them in sentences, and there's lots of revision as well for that, lots of quizzes that you can take part in. So, Get English Tips number 10 is focus on phrasal verbs. Go for 5 phrasal verbs that you like the sound of, that you think you can use. Make a couple of sentences, maybe 3 sentences with each phrasal verb, and then repeat them. And that way, you're going to remember it. Remember, if you don't use it, then you lose it. This is why it's so important that anything you learn, you use it immediately. So there we go. Get English Tips number 10 is use the phrasal verbs, focus on phrasal verbs, and they will take your English language sky high. So I hope you've enjoyed this Get English Tips number 10, and If you haven't already done so, please feel free to create your account with getenglishtips.com, and you can join the community. There's lots of resources, downloads, etc. You can find speaking partners, and you can create a free account. And hopefully I shall see you on the inside. And I look forward to seeing you in Get English Tips number 11. My name's Ken. Bye for now.